Hey everyone, and thanks for logging back on to the channel. So today's video is going to be a shopping haul, and as you can see, I'm already adjusting the camera to move it back just a little bit because I want to be sure or certain that you can see these beautiful items that I'm going to share with you today. I've already opened this one from the original box, but what I'm referring to is Calvin Klein. A few weeks ago, I did a shopping haul and I showed you several shoes that I purchased primarily from Macy's. But I also mentioned that I was waiting on another pair or two to come. So this is the pair, or at least one of the pairs that I was waiting on. I believe the color of this shoe, I believe it's camel. Don't quote me. But obviously in the color palette of brown. And I've never had this particular color before. I do have Calvin Klein shoes, actually. This is the fourth pair that I've purchased. All I did is change the color. So same style shoe. I like the style, I like the look, and I just simply changed the color. So I have black, blue, I now have brown, I have silver. I believe I purchased another pair, but not sure, I'll have to check. These were originally $125 at Macy's, and with the discount, I paid roughly $90 per pair. So just really excited to get it, and really, I guess more excited to pair it up with some outfits to make sure or see how it makes the outfit pop. Because of course, you know, just like doing home decor, when you do your wardrobe, you want to make sure that everything matches ceiling to floor and floor to ceiling right in a home, so top to bottom. So footwear is important. I just keep turning the shoe around so that you kind of get a closer look. You know, it just says Calvin Klein there. I just like this heel type. I believe this is 2.5 to 3 inches, but whatever it is, I can't tolerate any higher than that. Actually, this is pushing it, but you know, you make things work. And I just like the pump style. I do have shoes, obviously, just like everyone else, with the straps, toe in, toe out, slingbacks, but this is kind of my go-to for closed toe and heel, standard pump style, and just a classy look. So I like the color, and Macy's, you can't go wrong. That's the first pair I'm going to show to you. Now let me show you. I'm sighing because I just cleaned out my closet, my shoe closet, and I got rid of a lot of shoes, and I was talking about downsizing and getting rid of stuff. And then I went to Macy's in store, and I went to the area where it's the clearance blowout, or whatever the area is called, but where all the clearance markdowns are. And I just went to the row of the size that I wear, 8.5, 9s, and I looked down the row, and everything that I saw that I liked, I was like, I want this, I want this, I want this. And I ended up coming out of there with 4 or 5 pair of new sneakers. But I got them for an incredible deal because the sneakers were already marked down from, let me check the price because I looked at so many I can't remember without looking. So here's the first pair that I got, and I love sneakers. Just nice sporty pair. I'm trying to see, okay, obviously Tommy Hilfiger. I don't wear a lot of Tommy Hilfiger, I don't, but what I liked was the look, the color, and the price. So whomever it was, it could be Mr. Magoo. I like the look, I like the color, and I like the price. That's what drew me to these shoes. But these are Tommy Hilfiger. I like the classic clean look of the white with just an embellishment here, and then the blue and red two-tone, and of course that's classic Tommy Hilfiger, of course. So these shoes were at Macy's and I do not see the original price on them. I think it was a big sign that told me what they originally were, but it's right here. It says comparable price, $79. That's what I'm trying to say. But these shoes cost me $29.99. I did try them on later when I got them home, and all of them fit perfectly. So this is the first pair, $29.99 for that pair. Then it gets better. I then go into, well, you know, I kind of like blue. So I then go to Tommy Hilfiger with the base color blue and the brown trim. So where that was all white, I now want to go more to the pops of color, and I picked up this blue with the white shoestrings. All of these shoes were comparable price, $79, but each pair cost me $29.99, so $30. This is a very classic but chic look. I really like it. And so I might have one other pair of Tommy Hilfiger shoes. I can't remember if I do or don't, but the price. I'm not really one of those people who have to have a brand name anything. I don't care about any of that. What I care about is how it looks, how it's made, whether or not it's quality, whether it's comfortable, whether, you know, it's a comfortable fit, comfortable feel when you're walking or running, and then of course getting the best price that you could have. So I kept looking. Now I'm back to whites. Still in the Tommy Hilfiger, but I like that this one had a pop of color in the gold, and then this pattern right here. I really like that. White shoe, but just gives you a different look. So this pattern is close enough where when the shoe is down on the ground, I can easily rock a Michael Kors bag with it, because it has that same color palette in the two-tone brown color bags. I could put a white with it too, but I would do the dark brown with this. So, and I like that the eyelets of the shoestrings are trimmed out in gold, and then the gold here. Here's another Tommy Hilfiger signature shoe, $30. Again from Macy's. I kept looking. And like I said, I really don't care what the name of the shoe is. So this is GBG or CBG. Yeah, GBG. And that was kind of cute how they had the little embellishment here, and then they have the signature plate here, but black trimmed out in white. Kind of reminds me of a little bit referee style, but just kind of quick glance. But I like these as well. It would be nice to put on an outfit that's white and black, and you can, well, it will go with the white ones for sure, but you know, if you want the shoe to be a darker color and not white, this would be ideal. So this shoe too was $29.99. So those are the 4 pair of shoes that I picked up in the store. The heels came through, I ordered those online. So if you interested or have an interest in any of those shoes, and you have a local Macy's, just, I think they call it Last Act. I believe that's what it's called, but it's the clearance department for shoes. That's where I found all of these shoes, and I got some really, really good deals there this week. So I was happy with that. Moving right along, I purchased some things from Amazon. And I also purchased some things from HomeSense, but I think I'm gonna go to Amazon next. So in a previous video, if you've seen it, I put up some wall sconces in my, what room is that? The family room. And I really like them. So for Mother's Day, my youngest son gave me a gift card to Amazon. And what I decided to do is do some more lighting around the house. So this is not the best picture, but you can see that it is basically a picture light to drop down over pictures that you have on the wall. I have seen some of the other content creators and designers have had these. I mean, I've seen them a while back. It's just nothing that, you know, I looked at doing. But the wall sconces that I put up in my family room, I really like them. And I just thought that I would graduate to something like this to try it out. Because I move things around in my house so much and so often, I am not really in favor of mounting things to the wall where it's too complicated or too difficult to move it. I like for things to be able to be easily moved, and based on what I saw and read, I will be able to do that with this. So of course this is gonna go on the wall, and here are the buttons, you know, for the lighting. And I will have to see exactly how the attachments go. But it does have, I believe, a remote control, and everything is here. Everything is here in the packaging. The remote control and everything I need. So what I'm going to do is yeah, it has a little bracket. It has a little bracket here. So I put the bracket on the wall, and then I slide the light down into the bracket. At least that's my understanding. But I've cut it on so you can see that I'm going to be able to light up the picture really well, or really nicely. And I can easily move this around. I probably will pick a location that I use mainly pictures, but who knows? So this came from Amazon, and you see the different colors. I love it. 3 colors. Normally when you get things like this, you get the 3-color deal. So this is a picture light from Amazon. I believe $25 or something like that, but don't quote me. Somewhere around there, no more than 30 for sure. I then got, excuse me for reaching because I got stuff down here on the floor. Another gift. This was Mother's Day. What my family normally does, what my family will normally do is they will give me the gift card. They'll tell me pick out what I want, and they'll just pay for it, or they'll give me the gift card to my favorite places, and I will pick it out myself. So this was a gift card that was given to me, and I went online and picked out what I wanted. So another box in here. At least they make sure that your item doesn't arrive broken. This is Amazon. Well, I don't know. I could have spoke too soon. But these are sconce lights, sconces. They're gonna hang on the wall in my master bedroom in the sitting area. I have some nice pictures there, and I wanted lighting on that wall. Not permanent lighting. Cost effective. Trying not to cut myself. Cost effective. Quality, but budget friendly lighting. And I picked these sconces out. So they came from Amazon. This is kind of how everything arrived, like this. Let me pull this down a little bit so you can see. And everything is here. You get a decent picture of it right here a little bit. And what I have to do is put them together. So you can see the lampshades are here and the poles. So I'm not going to take everything out of this box, but I will show you better the picture so you can get an idea. I believe for the pair it was $38, somewhere around there. Amazon, the company is Depuley, if I pronounce that correct, D-E-P-U-L-E-Y. And this shows you, so this is the company name right here. And this shows you the sconce right here, battery operated. And you put them on the wall and it has a remote control. So I am looking forward to getting these up as well. And I'm sure they have the three or four different light colors, at least 3. And we'll see how those goes. So it just seems like clothing and lighting has been in my future. I am back to HomeSense. The same time I went to Macy's to get those shoes, I picked up a few more things at HomeSense that I'm going to share with you. The first one, well, I guess I can do the easier one. And I still have the receipt. Just a plain gold napkin holder. We have napkin holders, but it's flat. I wanted one where the napkins are vertical, top to bottom. So I picked this up for $4.99 from HomeSense. You know, it looks to be pretty quality. I like that it has the little raised metal balls off the floor. But we'll see how this one works for a while, and hopefully this, you know, I mean, you can't expect too much for $4.99, but hopefully it doesn't rust out. So $4.99 from HomeSense. It is just a plain gold napkin holder, and this is one of the items that I got from there. The second item that I got from Home Goods is this. I've been doing a lot of stuff in rustic. I'm gonna leave the paper in there, but it's this, just like how it looked with the, it just kind of reminds you of pottery or clay. With the bales, I like that it had the rope or the cording. With the actual bales, they don't ring, but it gives the, I mean, you don't hear anything, but they give the bales look. Now this originally was $16.99, and it has a small handle of cords here, but I got it for $2 or $3 less because, as you can see, it has a chip. It has a natural chip right here. Now I could, you know, take some clay colored something and fill that in, but actually they did give it to me as a discount, or at a discounted price, because it is damaged. But it doesn't bother me enough where I'm gonna fill it in or do anything to it, because this is part of a piece that I'm gonna put in my rustic collection, and some kind, you know, sometimes that's how it looks. I mean, things are old, they're worn, they might be chipped here or there, or it may be distressed, it might be, you know, missing a piece here or there. That's the look that I'm going for. So I guess sometimes intentional is what you need to do. So I'm intentionally going to leave this how it was when I purchased it, because I really don't believe it takes away from the look or the character of the vase at all. I mean, I think the focus will be so much on the beautiful piece and, you know, how nice it looks, and not on a little chip that's missing on the top. Really, I just don't care. So $16.99 minus, it was either $2 or $3 that they took off. So, you know, I really got it for about $14 before tax. So this is one piece, and I have one more piece. So excuse me for reaching. The final piece came from HomeGoods. I keep saying HomeGoods, but these pieces that I'm showing you, the napkin holder, the piece that I just showed you, and the piece I'm about to show you came from HomeSense, not HomeGoods. HomeSense is the sister store to HomeGoods. It is this nice, I'm just gonna call it a tabletop, a coffee table vase. I like that it is wide, circular wide style vase and not vertical. So I like that it goes horizontal across the vase to create a wider space, vice vertical up in the air. I like that it has a, I'm gonna call this a stopper or a raised base that it sits on, and then the two-tone of gray and, you know, beige. But what I really like is that it's all chipped up. You see all the little indentions and dents. Looks like the paint is scraped. That's what I like. That's what I like. So $24.99 is what I paid for this from HomeSense, and it's very heavy. It is very heavy, very solid. So, you know, I can do a whole lot with this. I can leave it open. You can always do potpourri balls. You can always do a plant. You can always do a candle. Sometimes it's just best that you let statement pieces be just that, statement pieces. So this kind of stands alone and speaks for itself. That is the last piece for the shopping haul. That's the last piece that I wanted to share with you. So with that, I want to say thank you for tapping in. Stay tuned for more designs, more decor, more shopping haul videos. I think I have a few videos coming up where I'm going to decorate outside patio, show you new curtains, things like that. Just different projects that I have going on in the house. So thank you again for tapping in, giving a shout out to all my subscribers. If you have not subscribed, or if you're not one of the subscribers for my channel and you like the content that you see, please hit your subscribe button, click your notification bell, and click all so you'll be notified each time I upload a video. Thanks again for tapping in. This is Freddie. I'm Freddie King's Home Decor, and I'll see you in the next one.